Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Today Africa Today's program. I'm Sarah Stream. We are going to tackle the most important events of the day. Egypt's Deputy Foreign Minister highlighted the necessity of debt for climate swaps in driving sustainable development across Africa at the Group of G20 Foreign Ministers meeting in Johannesburg, South Africa. The details are in the following report.
According to an Egyptian Foreign Ministry statement, Cairo affirmed commitment to working alongside South Africa to advance their G20 presidency priorities in climate for debt swaps. The G20 is an annual meeting of 20 economic world powers representing 85% of global GDP, 75% of trade, and around 80% of the population. The forum was conceived in the wake of the Asian financial crisis of 1997 to 1998 and has held annual meetings since 1999. A statement by the Foreign Ministry noted that Deputy Foreign Minister Abu Bakr Hifni Mahmoud stressed the importance of enhancing financial access for developing nations, especially through measures such as debt for climate swaps, utilizing modern technologies like artificial intelligence, and strengthening water and food security. During the two-day meeting on Thursday and Friday, Mahmoud acknowledged the prevailing global challenges, particularly the rise in unilateral and protectionist policies, and called for enhanced international solidarity and cooperation. He urged the G20 to address the imbalances in the global financial system, focusing on expanding access to affordable financing, and cautioned against forcing developing nations to choose between climate action and sustainable development. Mahmoud also advocated for ensuring that international financial institutions and multilateral development banks operate fairly and offer solutions tailored to the needs of developing countries. He underscored the necessity of managing debt burdens to maintain macroeconomic stability in low and middle income nations and prevent a new global debt crisis. Cairo has repeatedly called for setting up a mechanism to ease the debt burden on African nations, given the economic impacts of successive crises on the continent.
Now we are joined with a phone call by our guest, Mr. Abdel Rahman, the journalist. Good afternoon, Mr. Amr.
Good afternoon to you. Hello to you and the dear viewers.
Thank you. First of all, Cairo is forwarding a debt for climate swaps to accelerate sustainable development in Africa. How would you comment on the initiative?
This is a very important initiative and significant effort given by the Egyptian leadership and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to prove that the leading role, the Egyptian leading role economically in the continent of Africa is a significant role. And of course, with our counterparts in South Africa and the neighbors in the continent, we can achieve more progress in the matter, especially that we are speaking the language of economy in this world, in this era of time. I believe that we have succeeded to take the lead in that matter, and we have succeeded to lead Africa into the G20 summit and even the G7 summit internationally, which proved that we have started the right course to unite the African efforts economically for the prosperity and the benefits of our own nations.
Yes. How do you expect the countries to respond to the initiative? What are their efforts?
Of course, each and every country in the continent possess lots of potentials economically and industrially, agriculturally. We have lots of treasures to be found and raw materials that were in the eye of the greeds of the colonization for centuries. It's time for our own nations in the continent to get use of those treasures for the benefits of our own nations in Africa. And of course, as a leading role in Egypt, we have encouraged each and every country in the continent to cooperate together and to concentrate on using the bilateral relations in the economical field to get the best of our own treasures and use the most of our effort to concentrate those efforts internationally and to make it even more stronger economies for more sovereignty for our own nations, especially that is, economy is connected so very much with the political decision and the political role.
Yes, Mr. Amr, using the modern technologies like the artificial intelligence, they also discussed this point during the meetings on the sidelines of the G20 Foreign Ministers meeting in Johannesburg, South Africa. How would you elaborate on the impact of using these technologies in this field?
Well, according to the new measures of economy or modern economy, like the AI, like the green energy, like the new modern measures for improving and strengthen up our economies, that can be followed according to our own identity, according to our own potentials, according to our own views as a country with nations and civilizations. We can take the most and the best of those measures and apply them in the way that suits our own economy, in the way that suits our own visions, not just taking it copy and paste. We can take those measures using the most and the best of those measures, but according to our own identity, our own vision economically, and of course with our own improving those measures and even giving it more from our own expertise, our long history in the matter of technology, which we have proven a lot, like in Egypt and other countries, that we have improved our own ways to improve our own economy in the most significant and technical way.
Well, at many forums and events, financial promises to Africa to help it fight climate change repercussions were forwarded, but they never met. Why is this that?
Well, I believe that we can bridge the gap between what we need to do and what other countries need from us by strengthening our own potentials, our own views, our own using the most important thing here, which is to produce and to produce more and to improve more, and using our own potentials, using our own economies to strengthen more of the projects, of especially the industrial and the agricultural projects. That means a lot to our own sovereignty, our own strengthen up our own economy. Those are the most two pillars to build the economy and even improve it then with the new technical measures and the AI, and then apply the new modern measures upon our own economy.
Well, as they tackle during the meeting the point of strengthening water and food security, what are the first steps to do this, as they discussed during the meetings?
Well, have our own food sources secured. That means we need to produce more, and we need to cultivate more, and we need to industry more. We need to work together. Each and every country has its own potentials, and with cooperating all those countries in the continent all together,
yes,
we can never need any raw materials from abroad. As a continent, we can act as one identity, one line, one direction, and then we can gather all the potentials each and every country of us can have and can give and cooperate with, and then we can start our own line of production that can be spreaded and exported to other continents, especially that Africa is one of the largest treasures potential in the whole world.
Right. Cairo stressed at the meetings the necessity of managing debt burdens to maintain macroeconomic stability in low and middle income nations. How do you read the statement?
Well, of course, we can expand the usage of our sectors of the society to get involved with the improving progress within the process. We can use the potentials of the the small investors, the small industry men, each and every country. That means we can have the whole society being involved in the situation, being involved in the operation, being a part of the progress scheme, not just the private sector mega projects, not just the governmental or other associations, but the ordinary person can be a part of the progress. Each and every family, each and every sector of the society should be a part of the progress and the program to improve our economy. That should be applied in each and every country in the continent.
Yes. Mr. Amr, how do you list the coming African challenges?
Well, I have a point of view here that I believe optimistically that we can take a strong and firm situation towards all the challenges that we are up against, economically, politically, by uniting our own efforts, especially that we have the African Union, which with the leadership of Egypt, even if it's not in the leading seat right now, but with the leading role of Egypt, we can unite our own efforts, our own economies, our own policies to take a stand all together to protect the special needs and the very important and significant challenges that we are up against, by strengthening our own economy, by uniting our own world and situation politically, and of course for the very best and the prosperity of our own nations.
Yes, Mr. Amr. How can the G20 aid in solving the African crisis?
It can give a long and a strong hand to our own people in Africa if we can share our own schemes, our own agenda, our own identity with others, cooperating with others, with the West and the East, all side by side and shoulder to shoulder. We should never stand the same situation that we have been like in centuries before. Today, Africa is the land of opportunities. Today, Africa is the land of true, strong economy that is growing day by day. And of course, we can use our own relations with the West and the East and the greater powers in the world to have our own shoulder to shoulder policies and cooperation. We can give as we can take. Together, we can work side by side, and of course we need to get freed from the colonization influences in the continent. That means a lot to our own nations in each and every country, especially in the Central Africa and South Africa.
Right. How would you list the repercussions on Africa from the global challenges?
Well, of course, we have been suffering. And I believe that Mr. President Abdel has made it clear to the whole world that there are countries, specific countries, that are responsible for the global changes by misusing the technology and spoiling and damaging the weather, damaging the environment. We have all witnessed how Africa was in the top level of being exposed to such dangers for a crime that they never committed, and mistakes that they have never been a part of.
Yes.
I believe that for the countries, those who are responsible for those damages in the environment, to pay for it and to even take the technical measures that they are using to improve their actions and to take a stand against their own crimes.
Well, thanks for the journalist Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman for joining us today. Thank you so much. Congo has reportedly asked Chad to help it fight M23 rebels, which are supported by Rwanda. The development was reported by foreign media, citing a Chadian official and a source at the Congolese presidency. The details are in the following report.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo has asked Chad for military support to help fight a spiraling insurgency by Rwandan-backed M23 rebels in its eastern provinces. The statement was made by a Chadian official and a source at the Congolese presidency. Congo's Minister of Regional Integration met with Chad's President Mohamed Idriss Déby Itno on Tuesday on behalf of Congolese President Félix Tshisekedi. Details on the discussions were not disclosed. A Chadian official with knowledge of the discussions said Chad was considering a request for support from Congo but had not yet made a decision on the request. A source at the Congolese presidency said on Wednesday that Congo had requested military and diplomatic support from Chad. Chad's government spokesman did not respond to requests for comment on Wednesday. Tshisekedi's spokesperson Tina Salama said she did not have any information on the matter. Last week, Chad's Foreign Affairs Minister said that sending military support to Congo was pure speculation.
Tunis is the sprawling capital of Tunisia. It sits along Lake Tunis, just inland from the Mediterranean Sea's Gulf of Tunis. The details to follow.